This is the Born Worker quiz. You can go ahead and fill in your first name, your last name, and your class period. And then we'll get started on the first question. Question 1. Born worker is told in the blank tense from a blank point of view. Is the correct answer A? Is it told in the past tense from the first person point of view? Or B, past tense, but in the second person point of view? C, past tense, third person omniscient point of view? Or D, past tense from a third person limited point of view? Number 2, the author most likely chose this narrative point of view to A, suggest that Jose is the hero of the story and Arnie is the villain. B, give readers a window into Jose's thoughts at crucial or important moments in the story. C, to make readers more resentful of Jose's cousin Arnie. Or D, to express disapproval towards the character of Mr. Clemens. What do the following lines mainly reveal about Arnie from Jose's point of view? Paragraph 10. Hi, Arnie, Jose said without much enthusiasm. He didn't like his cousin. He thought he was lazy and, worse, spoiled by the trappings of being middle class. His parents had good jobs in offices and showered him with clothes, shoes, CDs, vacations, almost anything he wanted. Arnie's family had never climbed a telephone pole to size up the future. So, do these lines mainly reveal, from Jose's point of view, A, Arnie doesn't understand how hard most people have to work for a living? B, Jose admires Arnie and wants to be like him? C, Jose is planning to steal Arnie's possessions? D, Arnie's family cheated Jose's parents out of their savings? So, what do these mainly reveal about Arnie from Jose's point of view? Number 4, which of the following words best replaces jabbering as it is used in the passage below? And this is from paragraph 130. Jose walked away from Arnie's jabbering. He walked away and realized there were people like his cousin, the liar, and people like himself, someone he was getting to know. He walked away, and in the mid-morning heat boosted himself up a telephone pole. He climbed up and saw for himself what his father saw: miles and miles of trees and houses, and a future lost in the layers of yellowish haze. Is the best word to replace jabbering teasing? B, talking? C, chattering? Or D, fighting? Question 5. Which of the following inferences is best supported by the following passage from paragraph 44? In the next 2 weeks, Arnie found an array of jobs. Jose peeled off shingles from a rickety garage roof, carried rocks down a path to where a pond would go, and spray painted lawn furniture. And while Arnie accompanied him, most of the time he did nothing. He did help occasionally. He did shake the cans of spray paint and kick aside debris so that Jose didn't trip while going down the path carrying the rocks. He did stack the piles of shingles, but almost cried when a nail bit his thumb. But mostly, he told Jose what he had missed or where the work could be improved. Jose was bothered because he and his work had never been criticized before. Okay, is the best inference from that A, Arnie is a poor worker due to health problems? B, Arnie is likely taking advantage of his cousin's work ethic? C, Arnie is a perfectionist? Or D, Arnie deserves his cut of the profits for his ingenuity? and ingenuity means cleverness. Question 6. Which sentence from the text most strongly supports the answer to question 5? A. In the next 2 weeks, Arnie found an array of jobs. B. Jose peeled off shingles from a rickety garage roof, carried rocks down a path to where a pond would go, and spray painted lawn furniture. C. And while Arnie accompanied him, most of the time he did nothing. D. He did stack the pile of shingles, but almost cried when a nail bit his thumb. Question 7. Which of the following inferences is best supported by the passage below? Paragraph 125. You'll be okay, Jose repeated, and in the shallow end of the pool, he edged up the steps. He lay the old man in the lounge chair and raced back inside for more ice and another towel. He returned outside and placed the bundle of cubes on the man's head where the blood flowed. Mr. Clemens was awake, looking about. When the old man felt his mouth, Jose reached into his shirt pocket and pulled out his false teeth. He fit the teeth into Mr. Clemens's mouth, and a smile appeared, something bright at a difficult time. Is the best inference A. Mr. Clemens is about to die of a brain injury? B. Jose is worried that the paramedics won't arrive in time? C. Mr. Clemens tries to show he appreciates Jose's kindness, although he is rather incapacitated, and that means unable to care for himself. D. Jose is thinking this will get him more and easier work from Mr. Clemens. Number 8. Which sentence from the text most strongly supports the correct answer to question 7? A. You'll be okay, Jose repeated, and in the shallow end of the pool he edged up the steps. B. He returned outside and placed the bundle of cubes on the man's head where the blood flowed. C. When the old man felt his mouth, Jose reached into his shirt pocket and pulled out his false teeth. D. He fit the teeth into Mr. Clemens's mouth, and a smile appeared, something bright at a difficult time. Question 9. Place the following events in the story in chronological order. Number 1, Jose comes to Mr. Clemens's aid. 2, the cousins agree to split the money 70-30. 3, Arnie lies to the fireman that he was helping Mr. Clemens. 4, Arnie has an idea to make him and Jose some money. So you're putting these statements in the order that they occurred in the story. That's chronological order. So is the correct order A, sentence 4, 1, 2, 3? B, sentences 4, then 2, then 1, then 3. C, sentence 2, then 1, then 3, then 4. Or D, sentence 2, sentence 4, sentence 3, sentence 1. Number 10. Read this section from Born Worker to identify story structure and answer the follow-up questions. I hit my head, Mr. Clemens said after smacking his teeth so that the fit was right. Jose looked up and his gaze floated to a telephone pole, one his father might have climbed. If he had been there, his father would have seen that Jose was more than just a good worker. He would have seen a good man. He held the towel to the old man's head. The poodle, now quiet, joined them on the lounge chair. A fire truck pulled into the driveway, and soon they were surrounded by firemen, one of whom brought a first aid kit. A fireman led Jose away and asked what happened. He was starting to explain when his cousin reappeared, yapping like a poodle. What does Jose learn about himself after his experience with Mr. Clemens? Does he learn A, he should have listened to Arnie and run away from the scene? B, do your own work instead of relying on others to do it for you? C, a willingness to do what is hard shows that someone is a good person and his future may have more in it than just labor. D, the only people who succeed in life are those who look out for themselves. Question 11. Which sentence from the passage supports your answer to question 10? A. Excuse me. A fireman led Jose away and asked what happened. He was starting to explain when his cousin reappeared, yelping like a poodle. B. He climbed up and saw for himself what his father saw, miles and miles of trees and houses, and a future lost in the layers of yellowish haze. C. I was scrubbing the pool, Arnie shouted, and I said, Mr. Clemens, you shouldn't stand so close to the edge. But did he listen? D. Jose walked away from Arnie's jabbering. Question 12. To which part of the plot does this event belong? Arnie proposes an idea of going into business together with Jose. A. Exposition. B. Rising action. C. Climax. D. Falling action. E. Resolution. Question 13. To which part of the plot does this event belong? Jose laid the man's head down and with giant steps leaped out of the pool, shoving his cousin as he passed. He went into the kitchen and punched in 911 on a telephone. He explained to the operator what had happened. When asked the address, Jose dropped the phone and went onto the front porch to look for it. Is this part of the A. Exposition, B. Rising action, C. Climax, D. Falling action, or E. Resolution? Question 14. To which part of the plot does this event belong? Arnie babbled on that he had peeled when on vacation in Hawaii. He explained that he was really more French than Mexican, and that's why his skin was sensitive. He said that when he lived in France, people thought he could be Portuguese or maybe Armenian, never Mexican. A. Exposition. B. Rising action. C. Climax. D. Falling action. E. Resolution. So before you submit your answers, go back and check all of your answers. And once you're certain, then you can submit it.